So for me, the secret to chipping is that a chip is basically a small, very small version of an actual swing. And I believe Ben Hogan was a horrible chipper, and then I don't know if it was Byron Nelson said to him, Ben, it's not really anything different than a regular swing. It's just a shortened version of the full swing. And then Ben Hogan became a really good chipper. And there's a video of Ben Hogan chipping, and it looks like a very, chippy kind of stroke, but you can actually see the slight amount of pivot from swing in his chipping. And that is what we'll talk about now. So the chip should be almost 100%, 90, 100% powered by your pivot. And your pivot simply is your body motion minus your arms. So this is your pivot. Now when you chip, you want your weight on your front, say at least 60% at address. You never want your weight going back. I just explained swing center. Your swing center will move if your weight goes back. If your swing center goes back, you're in a really bad spot. You're gonna chunk it. So weight 60% on the front, and the pivot motion basically is, just like a full swing. It's so if I'm at 60, it would be 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, right? And even a little chip, 70, 80, 90, 100. It goes more and more front, always goes forward. When things go forward, everything goes great. Your swing center can go forward and hit really good shots. If it goes backwards, it's a disaster. So your pivot motion is starting on your front foot, and you can do things. You can put this foot back here and kind of just chip off your front leg. As long as it's more on your front, so 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, right? So if I start with 60, right, swing center, 60, and I'm gonna go 70, 80, 90, 100. So 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Got it? And there's no way I can miss that chip. This is not a super tight fairway, and it's pretty easy to chip off because it's so firm. So swing center, 60, and I'm going to use this pivot, which is kind of like around the left hip. Now, in golf, some people go back more than others, but when you get back, it's called recentering. Recentering is where you get back on your front, and then everything kind of goes around this left hip. This is like a fulcrum, right? And when you chip, it's the same thing. This left hip is kind of the fulcrum of the chip or the swing. And this chipping motion I'm teaching you is just you can extend it to 20, 30, 40, 50-yard shots, So 10 yards, and then 20 yards, and then 30 yards, all the way through every shot in the bag. And it all goes around this fulcrum of this left hip. So if you can't sit here and get this feeling of, and some people, so actually straightening when you hit a golf ball, a good golf swing, generally this leg straightens, right? It straightens through the shot, and it goes around this hip. Even when you chip, you can do that. So if I have a longer chip, I can actually think about straightening this leg. So I'm just going to go swing center and straighten this leg. Swing center and straighten the leg. Perfect. Almost went in. So, like I said, just like a regular swing, everything revolves around this hip. Weight goes from 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's it. So that's your weight, So we got swing center, we've got weight going from 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, always. Never goes backwards, and it never gets back. Always forward.